Welcome to Biomutant. Eventually, you're gonna figure something out. The tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. Try again when you have some key energy.
sumala me tulasu.
They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you.
Chukamedro de aucha.
A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there.
Chukamedro de aucha.
You should hurry there and help them best the outpost.
Nuju nuki dekipaju ki nukidenu.
You complete them. From this point on, the myriad is unbroken. Called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a... Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Watch for trouble. Could come from any corner. That's not too bad. That notice board, filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done. Toxanol never cared about the waste, as long as they didn't have to pay to clean it up. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried. If there was anything here to be found, it's gone now. It's quiet here. Too quiet? This corner of the world is called Bricktown. The daytime makes it harder for things to sneak up on you. A flush seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool. That's what you could call a wet disaster. You need to unturn the pipe tighteners to drain the flush stool. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. Now, walk the walk, Pants. You have hours stretching before you. You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. Dead already. That's a good find. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that Mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. They can carry you anywhere you like. Well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. It's the chug yard. Bomper bonkers busy ram-banging the hood. This is... Let's see. We all share the same destiny. Destruction or survival. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. The scrap keeps piling up. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel that Toxanol dumped in the surf had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. Combined, this sent their world hurtling on an inevitable road to ruin. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. He'd lie if he claimed it was all good. You changed after your Mooma and Popsy passed, and he understands why you had to leave. The old village being a constant reminder of what happened. He understands history made Loopa-Loopin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget. It'll provide some comfort to your soul and keep the memory of lost loved ones in your heart.
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous!
I've got all the cold sick burns you need, Dark.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to.
Actually going to survive just seemed impossible till now. Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seemed so centered and so seeking. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone. So you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make them... It's the part of the land that suffered most from the apocalypse. It's deprived of oxygen, making it next to impossible for anything but creatures that were most contorted by the contamination. It's a game of life, yours and everyone else's. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for. winners get to keep moving. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but no armor, nor enough oxygen supply. He made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the Jumbo Puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. Your head is still spinning. The grease monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to. Nothing but dead air here.
Possibile. Immo. Diavolo.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be.
Vaksan mar malva cherry.
Says he's a monster haunter. The best you'll ever see.
Lema.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Vaksan donanella.
Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions you'll make.
Munteo pastula.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
Yama fore dome da hunka.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Possibile.
When it comes to monsters, he mostly picks who dies.
Me.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot.
Mustak bala.
Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead.
Lech.
Says you should give up on working with the stubborn myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights, and they keep putting up new ones.
Lech.
Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not farther.
Mustak bala.
But enough of that, right?
Badan ultidimada dulshada.
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed.
Badan ultidimada dulshada.
He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Untio.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Isku.
Says as big as they are, the world is bigger. To find where they are, you need to see where they've been. Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Mashaku hirsabe.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Got
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes.
Vetze njava.
Says you stick to the haunting and shots present themselves later. Let's see.